Hello, welcome back to another episode of Musings podcast. I'm your host Gongo Mildred, and I'm so happy that you've joined me on another Wednesday for another episode. So, I just have to give a disclaimer before I continue with this. If you hear any noise in the background, people talking, people opening doors and shutting them, I don't know, motorbikes passing in the background, dogs barking, and I say this, something is happening outside, please forgive me. And if you hear like my voice is, I don't know what my tone is, upset, I am upset because I've been recording for the past 1.5 hours, and the first time I recorded for 44 minutes, only to check my phone to find out that I wasn't recording anything. It stopped recording at 30 seconds. And then I tried again, it stopped recording at 30 seconds again. I tried a third time, it stopped recording at 4 minutes. Now this is, I don't know the fourth time or the what time. I'm just tired. It's late at night. It's already 3:11 a.m. I'm supposed to be done. I'm supposed to be in bed sleeping by now. But I'm still recording. I have to start recording again. And even as I'm doing that, I'm not sure if it's going to do it or not. So, and I don't know. God knows my struggles with Wi-Fi, and I've been pre-recording these episodes in order to put them out whenever I have, like, even if it's just little internet. And this is happening. I can't believe this. Like, I just don't know. I'm just super stressed right now, but I'm going to try and power through it again for the final time. If it doesn't, I'm leaving it and I'm going to bed. Because I'm not going to stress myself about this, by the way. I'm not. So, on today's episode, I'll be doing the review for the Nigerian movie Glamour Girls. Glamour Girls is a 2022 Nigerian thriller or drama, thriller and drama. That's how it was advertised, but it wasn't it. It is directed by Bunmi Ajakaye and produced by Charles Okpaleke and Abimbola Craig. Forgive me if I'm saying these names wrong, okay? The cast members are Sharon Oja as Emanuela, Jocelyn Dumas as Gemma, Nse Ikpe Etim as Donna, Toke Makinwa as Lulu, Uzor Arukwe as Aaron, Femi Branch as Shaggy, James Gardiner as Zeribe. I think I've seen him in another movie. I just don't remember which one. Either Nigerian, Ghanaian, or an international one. I really think I've seen him before. Ejike Asiegbu as Nze, Links as Alexander, Temisan Emmanuel as Tommy, Segilola Ogidan as Helion, amongst other cast members. Now, if you love spoilers like me, please continue with this video. If you do not like spoilers, this is your official spoiler alert. I'd like to ask you to please leave, go and watch the movie on Netflix, and then come back after and listen to this and tell me if you agree with me or if you do not. Okay? Now, Glamour Girls surrounds these ladies who are escorts, and it's very, very chaotic, by the way. So we start with Emanuela working as a stripper at this strip club. So she's dancing there, and Chief Shaggy and his bodyguard or security guy, blah blah blah, Zeribe is there as well. So there she's dancing and they're watching. Zeribe is doing most of the watching. Shaggy, I don't know what he was doing. But then when they're going to leave, the chief goes like, I can't see my ring. I've left my ring. So he goes back. Turns out he just wanted to pat down like Emanuela because he had liked her, which I believe is sexual harassment. So he did that, and then he found this that she didn't have, she hadn't stolen it, but because of what he did, she ended up being fired from that strip club. So she goes and looks for a job at another place, and that is at Donna's company. So it is an interior decor company, which is just a front for an escort service business. So she belittles her and her friends because she talks about how they're dressed, and she deals with glamorous people. She's asking for degrees and she's asking for a CV, and I'm like, yo, to do what? To be sleeping with these guys? Like, they need a CV for that. And a bachelor's degree for what? Like, were they being taught how to do it so that they have them already with them? Like, experience from what, Abi? Anyway, so They leave, but they start talking to Emanuela outside there, asking her to please do something. Emanuela goes back in, strips down in front of Donna and goes like, yo, this is me. This is what I can do. This is what I have to offer. You asking for degree and blah, blah, blah. I've been sleeping with anything and anybody for the past I don't know how many years. I've slept with men, I've slept with women, I've done everything that there is to do in this business. You and I are the same. The difference is the clothes that you wear. And this Donna lady, she's talking with this British accent, which is crazy because she flips between that British accent with pidgin English, and it's just, it doesn't do it. Like, she's supposed to be glamorous and everything and expensive, but from her outfits to that terrible wig she had on, nothing screamed elegant about her, or glamorous about her rather. Even that English of hers, I just found that to be But anyway, so she does that, and Donna actually likes her audacity, and she tells Tommy to give her their business card. So he does. And then once he does that, they tell her that they're going to call her, but they never do. Her siblings come to her and they're like, we don't have school fees, we've been chased, blah, 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 we don't have food. So she calls them and they do not pick up. She decides to show up at the company. When she does that, Gemma, who is Donna's friend or ex-friend, they had started the business together. So she comes and they meet at the door with Emanuela. Emanuela is like, they're not allowing me to get in. Gemma escorts her in, leaves her at the reception as she goes inside to talk to Donna. So she has a problem. When they started the business together, she had to leave because she fell in love and she got married and had a son, which Donna didn't take so kindly. So now her husband is sick and they've been spending all their money, so she needs money. She comes with a title deed, gives it to Donna, and she's like, I'm giving this to you, you can sell it and give me the money. Donna is like, that is not even a good place to go, like to lease, so why would I want to buy that or sell it to anybody rather, or sell it to anybody. So she proposes like, why don't you come? Chief has a thing that is happening. Why don't you come work the party and I can give you the money? Gemma is like, no, you have the money. Why don't you just give it to me? And I'm like, the audacity. Even if you're friends, even if you're whatever, you cannot force somebody to give you their money. Donna goes like, I have to sleep with this man to make money. And you expect me after doing that, I just give it to you. So if you want the money, you know what to do. So Gemma goes and she thinks about it. She ends up doing actually what she said she wouldn't do. But yeah, so we'll get there. Outside, because she leaves, and outside at the reception, these other glamour girls come and they start harassing. One of them starts harassing Emanuela, who sat there waiting. So they get into a fight. So by the time Gemma is leaving, Donna comes out and she finds them fighting, and Tommy is trying to separate them. And so they do that, and then Donna is like, okay, I think we should like look for other options or something like that. I don't know. Something Gemma had said to her. So she used it at that moment. And so she takes them. She tells Tommy to go and help Emanuela glam up. And she's like, you're going to be Emma, not Emanuela. So she goes, she starts, buying new dresses, jewelry, blah, 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 all of these things, new wigs and everything. And she glams up. And she looks very beautiful, by the way. She's taught how to talk differently, blah, 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 so that she can be this glamorous escort, So she does that. And during that party that was organized by the chief, they go there. She meets Gemma there. Gemma decided to come because she looked at her situation and she was like, yeah, I have no other option. So she shows up at the party and they meet there. Emma is sat there. She's waiting for somebody. Nobody is picking her. But other girls who are there also, they're being picked by other ogas and they're being taken to different rooms. So Zeribe shows up because he's there with his Bolshegi. So they're there and he tries to hit on her. He's like, yeah, I stole that ring because he's the ring. I just wanted to see you. I wanted to touch you, blah, blah, blah. Which, as I said, sexual harassment. So she comments on it and she doesn't like it. And so he's like, okay, let me make it up. Let me introduce you to my Oga. Because he wanted her, but she was like, you are an employee. Why would I be with an employee while I can get the boss? So he goes and introduces them. So the man is watching football and so she joins him. And she's celebrating the team that he's also supporting, blah, blah, blah. And then that's how they click and they start going from place to place, taking, jets and private jets and helicopters. She, I think he bought her house and a car and everything. Like, yo, her life became glamorous as she wanted, and she enjoys all of these things. Now, during this party the chief had organized, that Shaggy, he talks to another guy and he's like, so this lady of mine, she's been looking for, she did a 2 month course and she wants a job, so why don't you employ her in one of the many banks that you have as a manager? And I'm like, hey, I wish it was that easy to get a job, like as a manager. Yeah. Oh, wow. It must be nice. And so she starts working there. While she's working there one day, the daughter, her sponsor's daughter, comes and embarrasses her there, and she goes crying to Shaggy, and he goes like, well, was anything that she said a lie? And she doesn't believe this. And then he goes like, what? But they didn't tell me that you used to strip in a strip club. You know, you have never done it for me, so why don't you do it? He puts music and asks her to do it, to dance for him. So she asks like Zeribe to leave, but he goes like, no, Zeribe should stay and watch. So she walks out crying and goes to her room, and Zeribe follows her. So when he's trying to placate her, telling her, come back downstairs, because, you know, if you don't, he's going to get upset and he might leave you and look for somebody else. She goes like, okay, if you want me to go downstairs, sleep with me because I want a real man. And so he starts touching him. He says no at first, but then they end up sleeping together. While they're doing it, the chief is downstairs. This is his house. They're doing it upstairs and he's downstairs and he's listening. And I'm like, yo, people have guts. Because this man has all the money in the world. If he wanted, he could shoot you, kill you. He will do a lot of harm to you and then just get away with it. So he does that and he listens, but then so they start a sort of relationship, but she doesn't leave Shaggy because, I mean, once an escort, always an escort. This man, her man, sees her as that, and so even her sleeping with his bodyguard, he doesn't care. Like, it was just so wrong, but yo, so that is them. Now, Gemma, she came to the party as well, and she met this guy, Alexander. Alexander is an accountant for all of these orgas. So he's the one who keeps their money, handles their money, like it's in billions. But then he strikes a relationship with her. At first, she tries to refuse because it has been a while since she has done that, and she has a husband who is sick. But then when he goes like, we don't have to do anything, I was like, there's something wrong with this guy, and I'm going to know it. The writer in me was like, this man is not okay. There's something wrong with him, because he played to be too nice. And I was like, there's something wrong. And they proved me right. He was wrong. Like, he was a terrible, terrible guy. So later on, she goes like, yeah, let's just do it. And they do it. And so they start seeing each other. The next time we see them, they are at the husband's bedside, and because he was on life support, they're removing him from life support. I was like, so you meet this new guy and this man has to go? Because she was holding on to him. I get it. Like, from the aspect of, oh, it's too expensive, we cannot afford it anymore. And, you know, maybe there are no chances of him waking up and stuff. Sour. But this guy is there as well at the hospital. Well, the husband is getting off life support. I was like, there's something wrong. But anyway, that happens. So the next scene, they're at her house, and she's giving her son some medicine for him to sleep. Actually, not before that. They were at this party. Which was Lulu's daughter's birthday party. So all these escorts, some they were married for some reason, apart from Emanuela and one more, but most of them were married. Lulu was married, Gemma was married, Donna was married. Actually, Donna made Emanuela sleep with her husband in front of her as some sort of interview or something. Cause and the husband just went along with it. I was like, what is happening? What am I watching? But that happened. So during that party, Gemma's son was very quiet, and that's when I knew there was a problem. And my doubt was like, okay, my thoughts were on two things. So either he is upset with the mom that the mom has moved on so quickly after the father has died, or that man that Gemma has replaced the dad with is not good to him, and that is Alexander. That was my thought, and it was proven right. He was a terrible guy to him. He hurt him. So at the party, it was very quiet. Tommy gives him money, and I'm like, yeah, because he's accepted that money and to go to play with other kids. I don't think he's afraid of the mom or upset with the mom, but there's something definitely with that Alexander guy. So after that, now we see them at the house. She's giving him some medicine and talking to him, asking him if he's okay. He's like, I'm okay, but he's very docile. And then she goes to bed, and that man is there at the house. So she wakes up in the middle of the night, and I just knew. I was like, I know where he is. I know what he's doing because he's not a good man. She goes looking for him, and she finds him in her son's room. He was doing terrible things to him. And so we don't see this. I think it happens, off screen or whatever. But the next time we see her, she's still in that room. She's beaten up. She has a black eye. She has bruises all over her body. She's holding her son. And Donna has come with Tommy with this couch that has space below the cushions or something like that, where a whole human being can fit. She had fought with Alexander and killed him, which I was like, to protect your son? Yeah, I'm all for it. So let him die. I'm sorry, but let him die. You cannot hurt my child and leave. So Donna and Tommy take the body out, and they go and dispose of it. So but Gemma has to run away to the family, and problems arise from there. Now, there's this other lady. I'm not so sure who played her. I'm not sure if it is Segilola Ogidan who plays Helion, or if it was another lady. But this one was just a drug addict. She was an escort, but she was also a drug addict. And Donna tried to tell her to stop, but she didn't stop. During Lulu's daughter's birthday party, she was pregnant. And then she announces to everybody who she's still smoking. But the next time we see her, she's overdosed and she's dead. So they go for a funeral, and that aligns with that time where Alexander is also dead. So Lulu, on the other hand, she had daughters, two daughters and a husband. Her husband used to stay in a different state, I think, and they used to stay in Lagos with their children. So she was an escort, sleeping with these older men, and so she will send money to her husband. Then the husband decides to come and surprise her. She tells Donna, tells her, tell your husband to go back, send him back home, send him back where he came from, or he's going to find out. She's like, I can't send my husband away. So one of those days they're together, she would leave the husband in the house, saying that because she had a shop, a design shop, dressmaking shop or something. So she would be like, I have this customer who wants me to continue her design. If I don't do it, she's going to be very upset. She would leave the husband in the house and go and sleep with this man. So one day during that birthday party, her daughter's birthday party, that man came, the Oga came, and these children ran up to him, calling him uncle and hugging him. The husband, of course, he realized there was something wrong. And so he goes to surprise her at her shop, calling her name. She comes from inside the room, and she's like, her dress is disheveled and stuff. So he has a machete and he wants to kill that person. So I think I blinked, or maybe they didn't show that part, or I don't know what happened, because after he talked and talked and talked, he opens the door and he sees, I think, the man or something. He saw something. I didn't see what he saw, and I didn't want to rewind, but he saw something. So I think he saw the guy or whatever. So he leaves. He doesn't even use the machete as he was threatening, but he leaves. And so the next time we see him, he's in a car with the children, telling Lulu on the phone that I'm leaving with my children. You're going to be supporting us with everything, sending us money for rent, for our bills, for school, for food, for everything. Or else I'm going to announce to everybody that you're on a shower. And so that is Lulu. So by the end of this thing, every one of those girls, their lives were just going shagala bagla. Everything was wrong. So after the funeral, they're going back. Alexander is dead. Nobody knows that he's dead. But the man, remember, he was the accountant and he was holding like billions of dollars. So they're looking for him. The main chief knows that he was seeing Gemma. So they're asking, and they start harassing Donna's girls because they all want to know where Alexander is. They know there's something happening, but they don't really understand what it is. So Donna is trying to resolve this. She talks to this lady to talk to the chief. That lady is like, she just puts them down and blah 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 and is like, I'm not going to help. Then she goes to Lebanon, which I did not understand why she had to go all the way. She goes to Lebanon to talk to these queen pins. There are two of them, I think Delma and one other. So she talks to them and they're like, so you want us to help you and then what? Ati, I'm going to be very grateful. They're like, huh. I was like, yeah. So while they're doing this, Gemma comes back because she had gone to be with family, but then she comes back to Lagos and she goes back to her house, to her room, and she finds this necklace that Alexander used to have on his neck. And so she picks it up and she sees that there's a flash disk. So this money that these people have been looking for is in that flash disk. So they find somebody to crack it. Zeribe is the one who comes up with this francophone guy. He was just speaking French. So he comes and he's the one who's trying to crack that thing. But before he does it, he goes like, you have to give me something. And Zeribe is like, what? I want to sleep with that girl. Who? Emma. Emma, who is sleeping with Zeribe, sleeping with Shaggy, and now this guy is also like, I want to. Zeribe betrayed me this part. Gosh. He comes and tells Emma, we need this. We need him to crack that thing, that flash this, so that after he does it, we can, gawana that money and go our separate ways. So we need this. You have to do this. So she's upset, but she's like, okay, come. Again, once an escort, always an escort. None of these men ever saw her as anything else other than an escort. So they go, they do whatever, he comes back, he cracks it. And then this is where the confusion comes in. So all these people are there. Donna's come back just in time. And I don't know, everybody has a flash disk of their own because after they crack it, I see a hand going to the table and taking the flash disk. But then the old Chief Oga comes in with his goons and they're like, yeah, so where is my money, Donna? And Donna hands over one flash disk. So he has come with his IT person and she goes to check, but no, the money is not there. They're like, so where is it? Everybody points their hand to Zeribe and they're like, he's the one who's hiding it. Zeribe hides the disc on Emma, trying to frame her again. And so Emma was smart this time, so he plants the real one on him. And they find it on him. That one, they check it, it has the money. So the goons take him away with him screaming, saying it's not him, he's been framed, blah, 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 and all that. So the chief, he leaves. And Shaggy is there like, hey, why don't we go, Emma? Emma's like, I'll find my way home. So everybody leaves, and in the room remains Emma, Gemma, and Donna. So Donna produces another flash disk again from her wig, and she goes like, yeah, we still have some billions, because when they cracked it, they found out that that disc had more money than they thought it had initially. So she stole some money. I don't know how. As I said, this part was very confusing. Nobody knows how everything happened. Nobody knows how they had the same type of flash disk, including Donna, who hadn't even seen it in the first place. So it was crazy. But anyway, so when she produces it, Gemma walks off because I think she didn't want anything to do with that because I think she was just done. But then she turns to Emma. Emma is like, you told us to look out for ourselves. She leaves. But then once she gets outside, she's like, she comes back in. And so that's where the movie ends, with her coming back in. I think she took part of the money. So yeah, that's how the movie Glamour Girls ends. Now, the movie in itself was good. Like, it wasn't a thriller as they said it was, because actually Quartetto is really a thriller and a drama. Drama, yes. Thriller, no. Because again, like Homewrecker, the thriller was not there. There was no thrill in it, like nothing. I didn't feel chills or anything. It was just, the story was all over the place. Like, there was a lot of things happening. There was just a lot of things happening. The audio was terrible. Because at one point, it's okay. The next part, it's like they sound like they're in a box or in an empty like hall or something. The music sometimes was louder than the dialogue. Like, it was crazy, So they are supposed to be these glamorous ladies, but their dresses were not that glamorous. I was looking at them and I'm like, yeah, no. Some of them dressed well, and this is Nigeria. The Nigerians know how to dress, but this one, They just didn't do it. And Donna being the queen pin of these ladies, like she is the pimp, but she had that one bob cut like wig the entire movie. And I'm like, you're supposed to have all this money. Why aren't you changing your wigs? Why aren't you changing your, makeup, your clothes, your watch? You're just the same styles. It's only your English that changes between Pidgin English and British English. And we're supposed to believe that your English is so good. That's, I mean, it wasn't all that. Same as Homerica, it wasn't all that it was supposed to be. I saw the trailer, and I don't know what I expected. Like, I knew what it was going to be about, the Glamour Girls, but then watching it, I didn't expect to have so many things. It was very, very complicated. It had a lot of things going on, but yeah, and the acting wasn't the best as well. I don't know. I'm not so in tune with the Nigerian actors, but as I said, I'll keep watching, and maybe in the future I'll come to know most of their works. But their acting wasn't also the best. Like in this one, the music was good. It's just that, as I said, it would play like louder than the dialogue in some parts, which maybe was intentional or not. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like this movie didn't go really anywhere. Like Emma's story, so the money, when she got all this money from the chief, I didn't see her siblings again. I didn't see them. Maybe it was supposed to be implied that she was helping them behind the scenes, but we see them coming in order to force her to go to Donna, but then nothing happens with them again. I don't even know why they came in the first place. She could have just like talked to people who aren't there on the phone and go like, what? You want this? You want school fees? You want blah, blah, blah. But then they come for just that one part, and I'm like, yo, why were they even there? They were just unnecessary characters, and they shouldn't have been put there. Yeah. But I don't know. Of all the Nigerian movies I've watched as of yet, this one, it wasn't the best. But yeah, the cinematography was good because the yachts, the private jets, the houses they were acting in, amazing, superb. All of those places like they were showing, they were amazing. But then their dresses, as I said, they weren't showing that glamorous lifestyle that they were trying to portray. And overall, I think I'll give it a 5 out of 10 because it was entertaining for the most part. But then, yeah, it's not a movie that I would want to watch again because I don't know what they were trying to tell me. As I said, they say it's a thriller, but it wasn't a thriller really. It was drama, yes, and it was sort of good. It was entertaining to some extent, but then it's not a movie I would sit down and watch again. That's all I could say about it. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that. You can go and watch it on Netflix if you just want to watch it for yourself and judge it for yourself, which I always advise, by the way. Don't let my review tell you not to, make you not to. So go and watch it, judge it for yourself. Maybe you might like it, even if I didn't like it as much. Go watch it. Maybe you will like it more than I did. Okay, so after you do that, come back and comment on the comment section down below. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you agree with me or if you don't. While you're doing that, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so that whenever I upload something new, you'll always be among the first people to come and watch. Okay, bye bye now. Love you.